If you are looking forward to read some books in 2025, I have a short list of 7 books which I enjoyed reading a lot and I hope you will like them too. First, Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. It is a detailed and compelling autobiography of Nelson Mandela, how he started his journey from rural South Africa and then how he became a global icon for freedom and equality. As you know that racism is one of the biggest issue in South Africa and some other countries. And when we talk about equality and when we talk about the struggle against racism, Nelson Mandela is the first example which comes in our mind. He spent 28 years in prison for this cause. Even today, people read his speeches and they get inspired by his great ideas towards equality. This book also carries dozens of motivational quotes which are very motivating for students and for many others. Second, Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. You can say this is a practical guide to mindfulness, inner peace, and purposeful living, inspired by Shetty's experience as a monk. Jay Shetty spends many years of his life as monk, so he has a great understanding of monk and his life. That's why I believe this book can change the way you think. Now the third book, The Rise and Fall of the Great Powers by Paul Kennedy. This is a historical analysis of how economic and military power influenced the rise and decline of global empires from 15th century to 2000. These 5 centuries are said to be very important centuries because there were some revolutionary changes in the world during this period. So this book deals with the rise and the fall of the great powers from 1500 to 2000. I hope you will also enjoy reading the historical events of this time. Then we have Nexus by Yuval Noah Harari. Nexus explores the evolution of information networks from early human history to the age of artificial intelligence, examining their role in shaping societies and their potential to disrupt democracy. Harari warns about the risks of misinformation and unchecked AI. Yuval Noah Harari is one of my favorite historians. His other books, Sapiens, 21st Lesson for the 21st Century, and Homo Deus are also worth reading. Man's Searching for Meaning by Victor. For me, this book is one of the most motivating book I've ever read. This is a profound memoir and philosophical reflection on finding purpose in life, even in the face of extreme suffering. Author of this book remained in Nazi's detention center for many years, where most of his friends lost their hopes. This man had belief over himself and he never gave up hope and he always fought for a new life. Finally, he succeeded to get out of that detention center. Then he became a motivational speaker. I believe that reading this book will give you enough energy and enough motivation to fight the hardships that you are facing in your life. Recently, I finished reading The Murder of History by K.K. Aziz. This is a critical examination of misrepresentation and distortion of history in Pakistani textbooks. After reading this book, you will come to know that how much misinformation you have been taught in your school days. The last book of this list, The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins. This is a proactive critic of religion, arguing for atheism through logic, science, and reason. This book presents logical answers to some of the most complicated questions of the world. So these are the 7 books which I read and I enjoyed them a lot. I hope you will like them too. Thank you.